Good day, everyone. Tim from Timber Visions here. So today I'm going to use my least used attachment for the loader, which is the bucket. I've literally used this I think this will be the third time that I've actually used this attachment on the front of my loader. For what I do, I generally have either the pallet forks or the grapple on the loader of my tractor. I just don't use the bucket. I don't do dirt work and things like that. So I have yet to set my bucket level indicator. Now there's a couple different ways that you can do that, right? You can get things set, you can get a set level and then cut it off or mark it. And I'm gonna go for the mark it. Just because I rarely use the bucket and I don't want it to cut this rod any shorter in case I have something that I need to curl further forward or something like that. I don't want it to slip out of here. But anyway, I might have to do this like every time that I use the bucket because I don't use it that often. But I'm going to do it here today and bring you guys along. And then I'll show you what I'm going to use the bucket for today. All right, so the first part is you have to get the tractor on something level like it is here, and then actually get the bucket level like it is right now. Okay, next, this is my bucket level indicator rod. Okay, that's basically just a rod that goes through this metal sleeve. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paint stick and mark it on the side of the rod, especially on the side that I can see it from. But I'm just going to put a nice good bit of paint on there. And hopefully that shows up. Here, I can bring you guys in a little closer. Yeah. So a good bit of paint on there, and it should stick pretty good. This paint stick holds up pretty good from what I've used it with so far. So now I should be able to see that pretty well from the cab when I'm level. Because when you're like cutting dirt or whatever, you kind of want to know when you're flat, not towed down or have the leading edge up and the heel down of the bucket. You want to know when you're nice and flat. It's a good place to start from anyway. You might need to adjust down a little bit more or up a little bit more, depending on what you're doing. But enough of that. We'll get over the woodlot and I'll kind of show you what I want to do. Got some uneven ground I want to level out. Okay, so I'm hoping that this perspective, this will make sense, but there's a big divot here, and then it humps up over here, kind of in front of where I have my firewood bags and the totes and stuff. And then it humps up over here too, just beyond the bucket. So I kind of want to fill in this, skim off both sides and fill this in with the bucket. So we'll see how this goes. I know tractors aren't the best piece of equipment to do this type of work, but I have one. I'm gonna give it a whirl and bring you guys along, see if it works or not. Stick with me. I'll just do a little back dragging. I'm just kind of doing a float on the back drag. So kind of letting it fill into the holes. I'm sure like a rear blade or something would be way better at this. But I don't have one of those. So I've kind of moved it from, there's kind of a more of a divot over there where remove the, or skim that off than there is here now. But over here, kind of where that rear tire is sitting, I can push some of that into here. And then I got a load of mulch that was dropped off. I'm going to spread that mulch. You can see that pile of mulch back there. I'm going to spread that all through this main driving area after I get things leveled out. But I'll probably just put you guys on the time lapse. Here we go. All right, well, certainly not perfect, but it's better than what it was. That's the main thing. Now I'll spread some of that mulch out here and we should be good to go. I'm not gonna film spread the mulch. I'll bring you guys back after I have it spread. Just gonna scoop it up, spread it out over here and smooth it out. So here is the end result. This stuff is got a lot of sticky type stuff in it. But as I drive on it and stuff, I'm sure that'll break down. But it's gonna be better than mud, that's for sure. Then I got through this main part here where I usually pull the bags of firewood off and run the tractor back and forth quite a bit. I also spread a bunch over here on the back side of the bucking table through this area right next to the log pile. Basically do a lot of driving through here as well. So figure stay ahead of the game, get some thrown down here too. So as you can probably tell, I'm not an expert running that loader with a bucket on it, moving dirt and all of that stuff. It's really not what I do a lot of. But I did kind of get that flattened out good before I put this mulch over top of it. It's going to be better than what it was, that's for sure. Because when I used to be, I'd pick up the loaded bag and I back up and my rear wheel was dropping into that depression. It's not ideal to be twisting and turning and stuff like that when you got a heavy load on. So, but it's a good step in the right direction to get ready for the snow that's going to come. We got snow coming at the end of this week, beginning of next week. They're talking a lot of snow. So I'm glad I got this done quick before the snow, because when the snow melts again, it's going to be a muddy hole here again. And this will hopefully make it so I can get over here when the snow melts and do a little bit more firewood production. I do have quite a bit split up. I am sitting pretty good, and 2 more bags and I'll have all of my wood for next winter set aside, and then all the rest will be for production and bundles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we're sitting good. In the future here, pretty quick, I'll probably be milling some logs. Got some logs that look pretty good for milling. So if you're into that type of thing, stay tuned. Be milling, and then all of the cutoffs from taking the round part off, we'll throw up on the bucking table, buck that up, make some firewood. So none of it goes to waste. You're gonna use it all. But I got a lot of dimensional lumber. I want to make a little lean-to for my firewood bags to sit in at my house. So I want to make some 4x4s and some 2x4s and 2x6s and stuff like that. I'm going to do it all out of ash. So stay tuned for that. And I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. I want to thank all of my viewers. You guys are what makes doing this worth it. If I didn't have you guys watch my videos, what's the point of making these, right? So thank you very much for stopping in, and appreciate it. And consider liking this video, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. Really helps the channel out. So until next time, be safe, brothers and sisters.